Shocking. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka withdraws from Beijing. What happened? Trophy broken heart. Thunderbolt from Beijing. It was supposed to be another week of dominance, another chance for Aryna Sabalenka to showcase the raw power and fearless aggression that made her the world number 1. The Beijing Open had been marked on the calendar as a marquee event in her season, a pivotal battleground in the year's closing stretch. Fans flocked in anticipation, sponsors readied campaigns, and the tennis world waited for another display of thunderous serves and booming ground strokes. But instead of seeing the Belarusian powerhouse take the court, the world was met with an announcement that left jaws on the floor. Aryna Sabalenka had withdrawn. The shock was instant, reverberating through locker rooms, media houses, and social feeds across continents. Questions poured in like a flood. What happened? Was it injury? Fatigue? Something more personal? For a champion who had defined the season with resilience and grit, her sudden absence raised more than eyebrows. It raised alarms. The pressure of a queen's crown. Reaching the top of the tennis rankings is the dream of every professional player. But for Aryna Sabalenka, achieving the number 1 crown was as much a burden as it was a triumph. Throughout the year, she had fought through fierce rivalries with Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Elena Rybakina. Each match carried not only ranking points, but also symbolic weight. Every time she stepped on court, she wasn't just a contender. She was the hunted. By the time Beijing rolled around, Sabalenka had already endured a physically grueling schedule, Grand Slam battles, tour finals, hard-court swings. Her season was peppered with incredible highs, including her Australian Open title defense, but also lows that tested her mental fortitude. The number 1 spot is glamorous in press releases, but behind the curtain, it demands constant perfection. And perfection comes at a price. The rumors begin. The moment her withdrawal was announced, speculation lit up the tennis world. Injury whispers. Some sources suggested a lingering shoulder issue, aggravated by heavy serving throughout the season. Others pointed to her lower back, a recurring concern in past years. Exhaustion theories. With such a packed calendar, perhaps Sabalenka's body had finally screamed enough. Personal reasons. Social media went into overdrive with rumors about her private life, though none substantiated. The tournament organizers released only a brief statement citing health-related concerns, but left it vague. For fans, the lack of clarity only fueled curiosity and worry. Sabalenka speaks. 2 days later, Aryna Sabalenka finally broke her silence with a heartfelt social media post. "I'm so sorry I couldn't compete in Beijing this week. I've been dealing with some physical issues and I need to take care of my health first. Thank you all for your support. I'll be back stronger." Short, sincere, and raw. But it was enough to calm her fan base. It confirmed what many feared. Her body had reached a breaking point. The exact injury remained undisclosed, but the message was clear. Sabalenka had chosen recovery over risk. The toll of a brutal season. Sabalenka's 2025 season had been a marathon. From Melbourne to Roland Garros, from Wimbledon to New York, she had pushed herself to the limits. Australian Open. She roared to her 2nd consecutive title, reaffirming her dominance on hard courts. Clay season. Despite gritty performances, she fell short against Swiatek's clay mastery. Grass season. Her Wimbledon run ended in heartbreak during the semifinals. US Open. A grueling semifinal loss left her physically drained. By the time Beijing came, her tank wasn't just low, it was empty. Top athletes can power through pain, but the body has its own timeline, one that cannot be ignored. The human side of champions. For all her power and charisma, Aryna Sabalenka is still human. Behind the fierce grunts and thunderous forehands lies a person who carries expectations, insecurities, and vulnerabilities. She has spoken openly about struggles with pressure, about the loneliness of tour life, about the mental battles that often go unseen. Her withdrawal in Beijing is not a sign of weakness. It's a reminder of the humanity beneath the jersey. Fans often demand perfection from champions, but champions are not machines. They are warriors, yes, but also fragile beings navigating the intersection of greatness and survival. The ripple effect on the tour. Sabalenka's absence reshaped the Beijing Open draw dramatically. For rivals like Swiatek and Gauff, it opened a clearer path. For young rising stars, it was a golden opportunity to shine without the shadow of the number 1 looming. Beyond the draw, her withdrawal also reshuffled the WTA race to the finals. Every ranking point matters, and a decision to step away gave competitors breathing room. Tennis, after all, is as much about opportunity as it is about ability. But perhaps the most profound ripple was psychological. Rivals sensed vulnerability. For the first time in months, Sabalenka looked beatable, not on court, but by the limits of her body. What this means for her legacy. Some critics rushed to question whether Sabalenka's withdrawal would tarnish her dominance. The answer is simple: absolutely not. Legacies are not defined by missed tournaments but by overall impact. Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, all missed events, all struggled with injuries, all faced moments of withdrawal. And yet, their greatness was never diminished. For Sabalenka, this could even enhance her legacy. By choosing health over short-term glory, she demonstrates wisdom, maturity, and foresight. Champions know when to fight, but they also know when to rest. The road to recovery. What happens next? For Sabalenka, recovery will be the centerpiece of her journey. Her team is reportedly focusing on 3 pillars: rehabilitation, treating the specific injury or fatigue that sidelined her; conditioning, strengthening her body to withstand future grueling matches; mental reset, using time away to recharge emotionally and mentally. The goal is simple: to return not just to the court, but to return better. Fans can expect her to target a strong comeback during the WTA Finals and the start of next season. The Australian Open, her happy hunting ground, is already circled in red ink. A glimpse into her mindset. If there's one thing that defines Aryna Sabalenka, it's fight. Time and again, she has been counted out, only to roar back stronger. After double-fault meltdowns early in her career, she rebuilt her serve. After heartbreaking slam losses, she evolved her mental game. After being overshadowed by Swiatek, she claimed #1. So, will a withdrawal in Beijing stop her? Not a chance. In fact, it might just be the fuel she needs for her next act of brilliance. The message to fans. For fans devastated by her absence, Sabalenka's message is clear: patience. Her withdrawal is not the end of the story but a pause in the chapter. Every great athlete has setbacks. What matters is the response. And if history is any guide, Aryna Sabalenka's response will be thunderous. Conclusion: a queen's pause, not her fall. The shocking withdrawal of world #1 Aryna Sabalenka from Beijing shook the tennis world, but it also reminded us of an eternal truth. Champions are not defined by the tournaments they miss, but by the battles they return to fight. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.